Hey there, sleep debt bears. Yeah, are you ready for a trigger injection? Yes, you've heard that. I am going to be injecting you with ASMR triggers and noises. So, if you have not slept, you're gonna be definitely sleep. Sleep. And so, you're gonna be experiencing this crazy dream that I had in your perspective. This will deliver you the injection of ASMR triggers as you experience this hell of a dream. This dream will be very intense, so brace yourself as you go into your bed. You ready? Let's dive right into your dream. So, I'm gonna transport you into the dream world. Here we go. You're now inside my dream. So, you happen to work for a tech company. You happen to be some database developer or something along the lines of manipulating company data. It is a normal day at work, and you're typing, trying to modify and change Excel tables, Excel spreadsheets, and you're trying to do your work as usual. So you are inside the cubicle, typing your way, yes, and you're really preparing yourself for your next task. Your shift is not going too bad. You've done a good work, and you decide to take a break, go to the washroom, eat a little bit, and go to your desk. And now, you're met with your next task. You happen to try and debug something with the database. Typing again, hoping to fix the database issue. It has to do with a field being labeled incorrectly or something like that. Maybe a error, a typo on one of the records of someone data. But then something happens, something that you do not want it to happen, something that don't go as planned. You happen to do something, and it caused the database to have some catastrophic issues, like catastrophic, and you mean catastrophic. It was actually a task to delete one entry of that customer and replace it with new data. But instead of deleting one customer's data, you wiped out everybody's data. You did not realize until your employees, your colleagues, are wandering between those cubicles. What the hell just happened? What? Everything's deleted. Like everything is chaotic now. What the hell just happened with the database? Like, all of the data was lost, and you happen to be the one that caused everything. And with that realized in just 5 seconds, those feel like minutes, those 5 seconds that happened, like 5 to 30 seconds. It just takes so long to process, and now you have made a critical mistake. A critical mistake. And then the upper staff and the managers are now secretly investigating behind your back. Okay, and eventually they're pointing fingers at you. It turns out they're pointing fingers at you, saying it's him. It's him, it's him, it's him, it's him. They're pointing fingers at you. Yes, it's him, it's him. He's the one. He's the one that caused all of this issue. And now everybody is pointing at your desk and cubicle. And you panic. You constantly type at the keyboard. And you constantly click on your mouse. Now they knew who the one causing it was. It's you. It looks at you. And now you are faced with the CEO of the company. And you are in contact with his head, face to face, eyes staring against you. Like you meet him eye to eye, 1 foot apart, and he tells you, "You're fired." Big 2 words. "You are fired." 3 words. "You are fired." And you've been sentenced. And then the police comes out of nowhere and puts you in handcuffs. Handcuffs, and they arrest you. You cannot really react, but it's like saying, "What the hell did I do?" But you could not speak, you're speechless. You know what you were doing. It's all in your DNA, and it shows. The police then tells you you will discuss this when you meet your fate, and you happen to be read your rights, and boom, everything goes black for a second. And then within another split second, you happen to be teleported into a big vertical room. Somewhere that's different than the workplace. This room that you have been teleported to is clearly not a police station. And as you look around, you see, and approximate that the room is 20 meters by 30 meters wide. Okay. And the next thing that you find out about this room is that the ceiling is so high. Like, what kind of room is this? And if this is a police station, how is this really a police station? It's clearly not a police station. This room is super super tall. The ceiling is so high. Imagine a room with a ceiling that's 100 meters high, and you kind of wonder what has to do with the high ceiling. And then as you look in front of you and above you, you start to notice some little points on a room, and it resembles like rock climbing walls in front of you. Yeah, above you, like in front of you, and it then extends above you too. And these rock climbing walls, and some of the walls are tilted at an angle like that, like you have some vertical walls with these so-called rock climbing walls, those rock climbing pins, and some of them are like, they have the angle like that, as if it looks like appears to be a rock climbing course or something. Maybe the police happen to punish you and do some endurance and physical test, so you happen to expect for them to tell you to do the challenge and everything will be set. But then something kind of feels off. Maybe they're not really climbing walls. Those rock climbing walls that you thought were climbing walls, like with some of them tilted and some of them vertical. You notice that those pins are not actually those rocks. They're something else. They're more like spikes. You know what I mean? They're not actually rock climbing walls. They're actually walls filled with cones, metal cones. And those cones, they look really cartoony, like they come from Fortnite. And then the police attaches you to some harness. Then right after they attach you to some harness, they tell you, you know what the consequences are for ruining the whole database. Their company is ruined and you will have to pay the price. And now it feels like now you're doomed. You then plead them to release you. And then no, they said your sentence will be served. You will serve your sentence. And so the chain that you've been hooked to starts to pull itself up. You're just like a person who apparently turned into some bungee, but this is clearly not a bungee. This seems like an actual place of execution and torture. This is pure torture, just by ruining a database. And then you think, please help me. Please help me. You hope. And now the chains are pulling upwards into this pulley system. And you're being dragged up. You're being dragged up. Now you feel really stuck, and now you're upside down. And the more you go up, you're dragged upwards by the harness. And now as you look above you, now you're looking downwards, which means you're looking above you, like towards the ceiling, and now your vision is going this way. Now you see why the cones are there. You see the cones that are coming closer to you, and the ceiling is high. This is actually what's the purpose of the ceiling. Everything, this room is meant to punish people. And now the cones are coming so close to you, and for an instant you have hit one of the cones, and the walls are starting to scratch your head, your body. And you expect to have the pain receptors react and feel this immense pain. This immense pain. You're expecting to be injured. But no, for some reason it's different. You just feel tickling. That's the only feeling that you get. You just feel tickling sensations. No pain. Just some soothing, tickling sensations. You thought you were going to be injured, but no, it's just that. And for some reason, after a few rubs against the cones, the walls riddled with cones. Yeah, I mean walls riddled with cones. Coming from different angles, you start seeing yourself in a third-person view. So you're no longer looking through your own eyes, but you're looking through eyes from outside your body. So you start seeing yourself in a third-person point of view. Just like you're in a video game and you're playing your character, and you could see your whole character in third person, and the whole thing is unraveling. The chain is pulling you up and then down, and every time you go up and down, there are walls, and it's scratching you the whole body. And that's why those walls are tilted. Some walls are tilted to hit your entire body from all different angles. So the chain is pulling you up and down, hitting in their walls, and it's scratching your whole body. And then this whole experience is going from minutes to hours. And then the chain starts to pull you faster up and down. Faster, faster, and faster as time goes. And the entire time, you feel no pain, just tickling sensations. They don't hurt you. There's not even a drop of blood. Nothing is hurting you. It's just soothing you. And then the faster it goes, and it goes super fast, like it's really going in fast motion, like as if someone has turned the speed to 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times normal. And every cone that you hit and rub, and the walls are rubbing you, you'll feel so much tickling sensations. And you start to laugh and giggle. Like you feel so good. And as if it's like you're riding some amusement park ride. You thought this was going to execute or torture you, but no. You feel elated. And then all of a sudden, it's over. You're now back on the ground. You then check your body to double check that you are intact and nothing has harmed you. And for some reason, you are still in 100% perfect condition. nothing has really hurt you. No bruise, no sniffle, not even a cough, not even a drop of blood. You're still 100% completely fine. The police then tells you it's just therapy or something like that. You can go back now to work, but be careful. Data is very sensitive. And then eventually they kind of let you go. And then you happen to wake up. Your dream is over. So before I send you to sleep, as a final dose, to give one more final injection, I'm gonna do a small 3-minute trigger session or something. Alright. I meant to say session, but I said sensation. By now, you should be fast asleep in your bed. Alright, so hopefully this video makes you sleep, and I'm going to wrap up with this video, so hopefully your sleep debt has been paid off soon, and if not, then stay tuned for more videos because I post videos every week. So if you don't want to miss any my videos, consider subscribing. It will help me and help me grow, and also give you all of the tingles needed to pay your entire sleep credit card. So I'm gonna go now, and as always, stay tuned.